I mean, they're all big. We know Angelo's they're a fun one to play. They're consistently good. They're well coached. It's a really good program, and so it was nice to kind of start the weekend with a win there. Our girls played really well. Tori Miller had a great weekend, and all of our defense was kind of clicking because they're a heck of a good defensive team, and so we had to step up and play really well, and we were glad to get that one done. And then UTPB, that was a fast turnaround, on the road. Sometimes those are really challenging. And we had a little bit of a slow start, just kind of getting ready to wake up, but the girls responded well. I was glad to see them be able to kind of answer back after losing the first set, dropping it, and then really playing some clean volleyball down the stretch. UTPB's numbers went a little bit down because our defense stepped up, and our numbers went way up. And that second, or maybe it was the third set, we had 20 kills, which is pretty rare in volleyball. I mean, that's a really high number to hit, and so that just shows we kind of clicked it on and got really competitive there. So it was a really fun weekend. Yeah.
You talked about Tori. She had a season high 20 kills in that match, and what can you say? Coach Potts mentioned a lot about making sure to make sure people get enough rest, and obviously Tori being a fifth-year senior, a key one of those. What can you say about how encouraging it is to see her have a performance like that in terms of how you guys are managing and ramping her up this year?
Yeah, it's good. I know Tori feels good about it. I know the coaching staff and the team. It's awesome to see Tori play that way. But if you asked her in that match, how do you feel like you're doing? She wouldn't be worried. She's just worried about what she can do for the team. And we just needed her to perform really well that day. She kind of carried us a little bit. And so she's that type of leader that just does what she needs to do. And at the end of the day, that's what we love about Tori. And so the performances, obviously nice to see her get that 20 kills and have a good day. But she's just a person that's going to give to the program, and whatever that is, whether it's 5 kills that day or 25, 30, she's just going to give. And so really good to see her back, kind of swinging 100% and having some fun on the volleyball court. But, I think overall the story for her has just been she's just constantly doing what she can to elevate the team in any capacity. So it was really fun for her to get back on the court this weekend like that.
You guys always talk about how great it is to play in the blocks this week. You got paint from floor to peak. How much more fun is that for both, I guess, the players and the fans?
Yeah, I mean, anytime we can kind of do something fun like that, it's exciting, and this is going to be a big weekend for us, and so we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
What all kind of stuff's been involved?
That at this point we're not 100% sure. I think Brooke has been working with some things, but we're going to give out some ribbons. We know that with the check-in, and try to get the fans involved with some dig paint, because this is some getting a signal over here. We're throwing some T-shirts and just trying to get the fans involved. But we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun homecoming weekend, and we just want to make sure that we're giving some things to the fan and giving back to the people that have been supporting us all season long.
What team you were playing Midwestern State? What did you guys think about them? You guys prepared for this matchup?
Yeah, Midwestern, they have a really good coach, and they've got some really good players on the outside. And so right now this weekend, we just want to play our game. We know that we have to stay offensively strong, and really we've put a lot of focus this week in practice, day one today, a lot about defense. We want to convert and make sure that we're getting the defensive numbers that we need, because when we're playing good offense, that's great. But we want to make sure that we're slowing other teams down. That is going to be big against Midwestern, making sure that their offensive numbers take a little bit of a dip when they play WT, because we are a good blocking team, a good defensive team, and we just want to have the type of weekend that really shows that on the numbers.
I want to ask, too, about Bryn. She had her season high for kills as well in one of the games this past week. And Coach Potts had mentioned last week about her ramping up. Seems like that's even taken another step forward with that performance. So what can you say about just her continued progression?
Yeah, Bryn keeps getting better every week, and part of that is just getting into the system and getting more comfortable with the setters. And coming in as a transfer, sometimes that takes a little bit of time, but we're starting to see her turn that corner and really take some big steps towards being a leader on this team and producing on offense. So she's had some really good weekends. She's starting to put 2 matches back to back of really high kill numbers and really high offensive efficiency, and so that's really nice. And I know that she's getting really comfortable in her role here, and so we look forward to her just continuing to kind of skyrocket into a bigger role.